Best you can just stop that text for right man, that's before.
Watch out, Rick, man.
It's me, I'm alright. It's me. Too much nowhere to go. To stay. We know. Solo. Let's blow. Let's get the fucking.
Yeah, this is BIRMZ Is GRIME, raw and uncut. This is Junction Rikki, part 2. How are you, bro?
Bruv, I'm ready. I'm so glad to see you again. Real people, yeah, they actually come and they actually want real answers. I'm not here to lie to you. I can't be anything more than what I am. I'm sorry if you don't like what you see. I'm sorry if what I do offends you. I can't change. I spent so much time trying to change to benefit other people. And it's not benefited them. All it's done is put me down and made me feel bad. I am not a bad person. I have so much love. And my heart is so big, and I would do anything. If people asked me and I could do it, I would do it, I promise. The thing that is, the chemicals have been made to make certain people look bad, and they're not bad people, my friend. They really ain't, they're not bad people, but the whole stigma of drugs, and you know, it has been made to look like granny robbers. That's what, you know, that's how it goes, hand in hand, literally, and it is not like that at all. People who are on drugs are still people. They still have a heart and a head. 9 out of 10 of them have had it done to them because there was probably going to become something. I'm fucking so happy that people actually want to take the time. You generally look interested, bruv.
Yeah.
Genuinely look like you actually fucking care, my mate. Sorry about the language.
Is that I feel like you're very switched on, and from the video feedback that we've
fucking raring, mate. I'm sorry to say, I am.
They really enjoy your interviews, and I see that you're twitching today.
I'm raring hype. So I have the ADHD, just to put you in there with that. I am meant to take medication, and I don't, because it dopes me. I'd rather be alert and wired than fucking doped off and not know what's going on. And yeah, I do twitch on that a bit, and the autism, I'm not actually at that diagnosed, it's everybody else saying you're autistic. The only diagnosis I know to is the ADHD. I have to take my tazapine for.
Okay.
So are you high on any drugs at the moment?
Yeah, I am always high on drugs. Drugs never leave my system. This is what I'm saying. I am on drugs, people. I'm sorry to say, what you see with me is what you get. I can't be nothing else. I've tried. I'm not going to be something I can't for other people. It's tiring. It's hard enough doing what I have to do just to get by every day, just to support it. So imagine trying to support that and then hiding and keeping everybody else impressed. It becomes so much of a ball game. It can't be done. I am not a bad person. If you ask me, I will do it if I can help. But I am on drugs. I do use. And I use it every day.
What drug is it?
I take heroin, I take crack, and I take mamba, and I take weed, and I take anything that'll distract my head from this fucking doodally situation, yeah, that I feel like I've been placed into. Because when COVID came, mate, I was in my own area doing what I do, and they actually made it illegal to be on the streets. So they gathered us all up, and they rounded us up, and they put me in a shared house in Ladywood. Now the problem with shared housing is everybody is in the same situation. Not everybody, but 9 out of 10 are down and they're out. They have no money, and it's a bad mix, it really is. They start pinching off you for cigarettes. It starts with, can I have a cigarette, can I have a Rizla? And once they've eyed what's in your room, my mate, it's not a good situation. The thing is, they know it's not a good situation, and they still promote it. They still allow it to happen. They still take the service charge. And you know, as soon as they think they can get you out and get next man into, and that's what happens. You're lucky if you get 3 weeks actually in there before they find an excuse to send you on your way and get next man's claim filling in. Now that claim will still be running, and they'll still be getting payments off that person. They can then get another person claiming. That money will start claiming. You know what the clever bastards have started doing? You know, if the rooms, like just room 1, when he started doing room 1A, room 1B, same address, same property, but it gets you an extra set.
Okay, so they're maximising their profit in each house.
I ain't even gonna lie, them scamming it hard, and as a result, people are suffering.
So do you think they're taking advantage of the most vulnerable?
Yes, hand on heart, I'll say it. It's not, do I think they are taking advantage of people who are down and out, people who need help and support. It's supported accommodation. There should be in the name, and there is no support. When you're actually having to ask, who's my support worker? Where do I get the support from? And they can't even answer them questions. They can't call that supported accommodation. You cannot, because you're getting no support. They take the money to have this off the government. Service charge, I was paying service charge £27 for no services, mate. They had a microwave. How can this be justified? There is no justification. They make things up that they want the money for, and as soon as that money's in and running, bruv, you're just another number who they can kick.
So, do you stay in a shared house at the moment?
I stay anywhere on the night time where I think nobody's going to come to me, where I can... Obviously, I use drugs. I don't want to fall asleep and wake up to somebody's hand in my pocket, or so I try and get myself in different places quite a lot. One thing I have been doing, and I hold my hand up, is getting in the bin chutes. It's winter. I don't want to freeze to death and die, so I do try and get in the blocks. Now, because of other people pissing around doing it, it ruins it for the ones who don't. There's another lad who disgustingly took a shit inside of the block. Now, I'd kill. I'm not being funny, I'd class up the whole of that of my house. Now, if I come out and there was somebody doing that, I'd go fucking spare. But it's ruining it for us, my man.
So you still have respect?
You have to respect everybody, my friend. Nobody's any better or any worse than anybody else. God put everybody here as an equal, my mate. Shiny shit does not make any difference to you. You can't fucking buy. You can't buy your feelings. I've tried. You can't buy your emotions. You cheat on your bird, you can't buy her back. It don't matter how much you've got. Trust me, money is the root of all evil, but it's also the root of all fucking saviours. It's however it's used, it's good or malice, depending on how it's used, my friend.
So how do you make your money?
Me, I stand at the traffic lights holding a cup, and I don't beg. I literally walk with a cup. If they want to give it to me, they can. If they don't, they haven't got to. I'm not begging them for money. I'm not, please, please, please. I'm walking with a cup and it's on their choice. I'd rather do that, because if I didn't, I still have a habit to feed. They make it this hard to get on a prescription. Otherwise, I would quite happily have gone and got myself back on a script, but they told me to go there on the Monday. I didn't have a phone. I'd text my friend's phone back, pointing it to the Thursday. I didn't know this. Now, when you're homeless and you spend time going to do one thing like that, that error or two would have been an error or two where you could have been raising money to make sure. No, this is as bad as what it sounds, but when you're an addict, you have to keep that addiction covered. Otherwise, you're going to start doing...
So you're constantly
trying to keep it...
money. So do you ever steal anything?
Not anymore, whereas before I would have stole anything off anyone. This is why I do what I do on the lights. I don't want to have to commit any crime. I don't want to have to be that person, you know what I mean? I don't, but I still have a drug problem, and I still have to fucking maintain my habit. It's the lesser of two evils. If they want to give it, they will. If they don't, they don't. I can't change who I am. I have tried many times. I have such a lovely mother, and if I could better myself and go, I would have done, but I'm not going to go and turn up to my mum more deteriorated than when I left. Do you know what I mean? Look, how can I do that? How can I go back to my mum looking worse than when I went?
Do you have a message for your mum and your family?
My mum, I love you to bits. All of my family, you know I do. You're not the same as me and Dad. Mum, Dad's, you know, switched on. You live in hippie land. That thing right, I still remember. Bless her to bits. Like, what? You ever seen the Jeeves? What? Could you wipe my ass? And it's like, snobby, but lovely. Best mum in the world. Done anything for me and always would. Love you to bits. I can't be round you while I'm like this. It's not good for you. It's not good for your appearance. And I've done it off my own back. So I'm staying away off my own back because it causes rows. You don't need me there causing your rows. I can't change. I tried. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. So as long as I'm like this and you're not going to be able to accept it, I have to stay away. It's the only way. Because as much as I say, oh, it's not, I can tell, and it's like, I don't feel like I fit in, I still feel like the black sheep when I'm there and that, even though it's not okay, and I know that, and that feeling of being somewhere where know that you're not really wanted there. It's not nice. It ain't.
When's the last time you seen your
Actually
family?
seen
Yeah.
about 4 years ago now. About 4 years, yeah, genuinely. 4 years. I really miss my mum. I do. I love my mother to pieces, but I'm not going to go and land on you like this, Mum, because you didn't like it to start with when I was smoking a bit of weed. So imagine if you know what I mean? Imagine. I don't want to break your heart, Mum, but I am what I am and I can't change. I can't.
So it's Boxing Day today, and what did you do over Christmas and Christmas Eve?
I spent it down by the traffic lights. Christmas the day I was with my one other friend. We had a smoke by the front of the door and I actually went to bed about 5:30 because I'm feeling poorly. I actually have a cut on my right arm at the minute and it keeps getting infected and it keeps swelling up. And every time it swells up, if I don't burst it, I think it gets into my bloodstream and it starts making me feel really sick. I'm actually going to show you on the camera what my arm is like from where I've been lying. Thank you, my man. God bless. Thank you.
You've got a camera to get this.
You want to show you how in trying to heal when you live out here, it's not good. Right, this is through lying on one side, and if I pick the other side, because we're lying in piss and shit, it wears your elbows down and it fills up. Can you see that? That is pus. Don't push the go on your own, nothing, my mate, but can you see it leaking out there now? See? And the other elbow's the same, it's purely through lying on shitty pissy floors and you're getting cuts and then the bacteria gets in and through the lack of hygiene, all that in there, my mate, is bacteria and pus, basically. It's bacteria, look at that, see it? You see that lump there?
So that's swollen up.
That's pus in there, that is, mate.
Okay.
So how often do you seek medical advice or
I will not go.
attention?
I will not go there. I'm too scared because if I go there, they're going to say you got this up with you, that up with you, and I'll just rapidly deteriorate from what they're going to tell me. I know I will. I know they'll tell me there's things up, and then because I'm thinking about it, it'll make it happen.
So you're scared to go to them?
I'm sure, yeah, genuinely, I'm scared. I'm scared of them taking me and keeping me in there, and like fucking. My t-shirt literally I've had to throw yesterday because I woke up in a pool of sweat. I keep waking up in a pool of sweat because of the infection as well. Literally dripping in sweat. It's freezing cold and I am sweating.
Okay.
But no, that in my arm, that fills up and then bursts. And if it doesn't burst outwards, I can taste it getting into my blood. The one guy who I seen the other day said, it's really serious. You need to get it dealt with. It's easier saying go and get things dealt with than actually going to get them dealt with because we have habits. Things get in the way of everyday life. Yeah. I don't think everyday other people sort of understand. Like, when you it comes first every time until you put yourself right. You can't physically do anything. And it's like, say you got a monkey on your back. Yeah. It is like that. It's like, you've got this horrible feeling it's making you want to shit yourself and throw up. It's not good. And it goes straight away as soon as you get the drugs. So it's catch-22.
So what would you say would be the first step for your recovery?
First step for my recovery, new area, mate. New area and new total new start. Because I'm not being funny, it don't matter. If you try and quit and you go back around somebody who's using again, mate, it's just too easy just to use again. It really is. I'm not bothered who you are or who you're not. If they're using, unless your fucking head is made out of concrete, it's just too easy, bruv. You either want to stop or you don't. Now, I don't want all the shit that comes with it. I don't mind actually taking the drugs. It's the shit that comes with it, my mate, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of shit and there's a lot of bad stigma and we have been painted with a bad brush and the reason I'd want to come off it, my reason, it wouldn't even be for me. It'd just be so my mother would be happy.
You seem like you love your mum a lot.
I love her. I love her so much. She used to be such tough love with me, mate. Like I'd get clipped round the head or around the ear, next to nothing. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't fucking even look the wrong way without being in trouble. But it's my mum at the end of the day, mate. I love her to bits. My dad, my brother, I love them to bits, my mate.
So are you from the Black Country?
Yeah, I'm from Cannock, my friends.
Okay.
When COVID happened, they sort of like gathered everybody up and stuck us fucking in Birmingham.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Has your drug use got worse since you've been in Birmingham?
To be honest, mate, I'd say it probably fucking has. Yeah, I'd say it has, to be honest. It has. I was more party drugs, and then like ketamine, amphetamine, ecstasy. I used to love my drum and bass raves, I ain't gonna lie. I used to be in Q Club. I was always raving, and then I got locked up for fighting, and I sniffed this tablet called Subutex, which is synthetic opiate, and you know, it blocked all the fucking all the head shit. So I did it again, and then I started chasing that feeling. Now I couldn't get the Subutex, but the heroin gives you the same feeling. So I started smoking the heroin. Bad thing for me is I was padded up with somebody who was clapping a hell of a lot of the stuff back in the day in the green. So it was literally, when I needed it, it was there. That's how I ended up with a problem. And I kept thinking to myself, as long as I leave it this day now, leave it a day or two, I'll be all right. And I think everybody thinks that. But then there's that one time when you try and leave it, you're just too sick. You have to get it. You have to. It makes you that ill. It's like fucking I feel that sick, and you just know that that's just gonna.
So you say addiction sort of creeps on you?
It gets you without you knowing. You think that you have control of the drug. No, you don't. Let me just tell you to anybody who's previously about to start messing, don't. You do not have control of it. It has control of you. I thought I was a fucking soldier and I could have it on lock. I did. I thought no way can this get me. Nobody's a soldier when it comes to that. It gets you. It gets you and it breaks you. And everybody who I know who's messed with it, it's done the same. You can't dabble. It's not a half dabble. It's once it's got you, you had.
So would you say that people that get hooked on these Class A drugs, do you think they've got certain similar personalities, or they've got certain similar character traits that get them onto the drugs?
Yeah, I reckon there's a class of people here, like you, me,
Yeah.
and they're different. They seem to be real people. They have souls and emotions, and they smile and they crack jokes. And there seems to be another class of people, and it's just like them heartless, mate. Absolutely heartless. The other day when the bloke come, I said, mate, I don't have a blanket. It's 3:30 in the morning. My clothes are damp. I said, I literally have nowhere to go when I come out of this block. I said, it's a few degrees warmer in here. It's really cold out there. I'm just doing my job, mate. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, I couldn't, if that was me and there was somebody in wet clothes in a block, I would have had to just pretend I'd never seen or turned an eye. I couldn't heartfully have done what that bloke did to me the other day. He could have sent me out to my death. It's 3:30 in the morning. I have nowhere to go. I know nobody around here. It's not my area. It's 3:30, 4:45.
So you kind of rely on people's kindness?
It's not even relying. If people don't help each other, just full stop. It's not relying. People need to start learning to help each other. Not even in other ways. It's to support each other, just to be there for each other once in a while. Because everybody's glued to the phones and they're getting no actual human time-to-time connection. You don't see anybody out playing like they used to, and like it's really fucking. It's messed with the way people think. They're too used to doing it over technology than doing it face to face. Now, the easy thing with doing something over the phone is you can say what the fuck you want because the reaction's not right there. Now, you speak to somebody face to face, it's genuine, and do you know what I'm saying? Like over the phone, you can just blah, 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 anything you want because they're not there in front of you.
So, do you have much access to the internet?
I've got no internet access at the minute.
Do you ever hear what's going on in the news or what's happening around the world?
Off what I hear on the cars, literally.
Okay, so what have you heard that's happening in the last few months?
I had a bit of shit about Russia not too long ago.
Yeah.
Literally, I think that's calmed down a bit. My main interest is literally in nature and outdoors. It's what I've always loved.
Okay.
I like the science, and I like, I like being outdoors in nature. I generally love being outside.
So you don't have much interest in what's you can't really help or you can't.
I'd love to be able to help her in. Yeah. I'm in no situation to be helping until I could better myself first. If I could better myself first, I'd do anything I could to help.
Okay, so yesterday was Christmas, and
3:30, 4:15, I went to bed because I was tired, lonely, and didn't have nothing else to do.
So just describe the day. Describe yesterday for us. Like, what did you do from the morning?
Woke up quite late, tried to have a lie-in, knowing that there weren't going to be much traffic. Seen my other friend, we put money together to go and get ourselves sorted and fixed. And then, to be honest, I just had a pretty mopey day, walking up and down the lights, holding a cup, kind of hoping that somebody who I knew, like a cousin or something, had come through. That never did. You know, I can go and put myself on my family, but I can't go and put myself on my family. My family's right there on a bus. It'd be so unfair. I'm worse now than when I left. I can't.
Because I noticed that from the first interview that you've done to the one now, it's kind of seems like you deteriorated a little bit from the last time.
I am deteriorating. I'm rapidly falling apart. My arms are fucking full of pus and that. But you know what? You know what the worst thing about it is? You know, like fucking they say these walking centres and that. Believe you me, mate. Medical care for like just little touch up and things like that. It don't happen. It don't happen. Like they say it happens. It don't. They just really mess us around. Unless like your legs hanging off. I've seen them beating the shit out of each other on these lights with sticks. I've been involved in it myself, and as long as it's just one homeless person beating another homeless person, doesn't make any difference, doesn't make any odds. They will literally just they'll let you fight until you killed each other. Literally as bad.
You've it's quite cold now, and you're like almost bare chested. Do you feel the cold? Like,
I'm not actually cold right now. Like I do feel the cold. I get very, very cold.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think with the infection in my arms as well, I've been burning up that much a lot lately. Like to have a bit of a fucking, you know, fresh air around because I've been sick. It's gone down a lot. These two elbows, as bad as it sounds, was like balloons, and I'd have to switch from one side to the other. Now that ain't even off drug use. That's just generally from being homeless and cutting your arms, sleeping outside, them bin shoots, mate, on flats. You know, new rats are running and fucking in and out. And
also the ground floor ones.
you know where they put the bins?
And
where
they go
shutters
all the way down.
Yeah, and the bins where
Oh,
the chutes
no.
go in. Yeah, like literally you lift the shutters
The ones
up.
with the bigger bins in at
Yeah,
the
the
bottom.
big bins.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
You
you can see why you'd get infected on
Yeah,
your
do you see
elbow
what I
from
mean
there.
now? Like, yeah, that's what it is.
So what do you do for like hygiene wise and like shower or bath? What's that?
I got a
sort of
shower
arrangement?
3 days ago, bruv. I was used to having 2 or 3 a day. 3 days ago, and before that, it had been about 4 or 5 weeks. Literally, unless I have a friend who's willing to let me in to use their shower and that. And I always feel like I'm going to be a fucking burden anyway. Like, always, you know, I have to double pass it. You sure you're all right when we come in? Because like fucking the water that comes off me is fucking brown. You have to like as long as they allow me to tidy my fucking shit up and that after. You know what I mean? Because it's embarrassing otherwise, bruv. You know what I'm saying? It is embarrassing to go and use somebody's, especially if it's all immaculate. And then,
Ricky, would you allow us to help you one day?
of course I would.
Because we would like to maybe book out a B&B for you. So, you know, for a couple of days where
That'd
you
be
could
brilliant.
have some respite.
Because I'm not going to be around other. This is the main thing that they need to realise. Shared accommodation and hostels. You are putting people who are down, low, and out. They all have problems. That's why they're in a situation where they have to go into a shared house or a hostel. We do not mix. We're all reprobates. We don't get along. If one has something that the other one don't, that's exactly what it's like, my friend. Dog eat dog in there. And they know that this is going on. And it's just hushy, pushy to the side. That's my biggest problem. If you're having money for supported accommodation, I would actually like to fucking feel some support while I was there. I'd actually like to get some fucking help. And it just does not happen like that.
That's what you need. You need help in it.
I need it, yeah, in the right direction. I can't do fucking nothing without guidance. I can't. I'm a big enough man to say that. I ain't got a fucking clue. It's that phone that you've got there. I probably wouldn't even know how to get the slider up. No, serious, that's serious. My mate passed me the phone the other day and said ring so and so. And I just fucking looked at it. I couldn't get it to do nothing.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
Fucking long dead and buried, to be honest, mate, in 5 years. Look at the state of me now. Fucking
And how old are you?
30 something. More like 5 fucking weeks time, and I'm not being funny. There's big abandoned buildings everywhere, loads of them. There's no excuse. Scarcity is a big fucking illusion. Trees grow, you've just took all the fucking suitable places away. It really is an illusion. We've had it pushed on us. There is a lot of everything if you want it to be. We can grow and provide everything if we need it to, but then they lose control by doing that. You see what I'm saying? They have to have so much, you know, they can't have the country flooded with fucking fruit, veg, because then everybody's got everything and they lose their power. Money's a control system, as you know, and as long as they fucking hold that piece of paper that you need to get stuff with, they're winning every time, my mate. They're winning every time.
Yo, Rick, I've got like a weird but wonderful question. Yeah. In the news, there's been a lot of UFO sightings around the world, and you say that you've been outside a lot, and I was wondering whether you've seen any kind of strange things in the sky, or have you had any encounters?
Tell you this. This is no accident where you are now, yeah? It's no accident. The chances, you know what I mean, it's like a gust of wind blowing through a scrapyard and then a fucking Boeing 47 coming out the other side. Things don't just fucking crumble together in combinations and come out working absolutely precise. The place where you are now, every cycle works to perfection. Like the weather cycle, it's no accident. It is no accident. You're important. You've been put here for a reason, and for some reason, people don't want you knowing who or what you are. That's how it seems to me. That's exactly how it seems. But we are important, and there is more to it than this. And in 5 years' time, I don't know where I'll be, but as long as my belief is there's a lot more to it than this, what's happening now, and I am ready for that. That is what I'm ready for. I don't know whether it involves dying to move over to there, but believe you me, it's no accident, and there is a hell of a lot more. And I know this. It's not just something I'm like, no. There's a hell of a lot more, and we are being duped on a fucking mass scale, and that's how I feel, my mate. I probably would try and do a bit more, but it's getting me nowhere when I do it. I had a private flat, with the rent, and I could not deal with it, my friend. The bills started coming through. I had all the luxury stuff, but I could not deal with it. My head was not capable of dealing with the bills when they come through, and then it was all backing up. I was not capable of that. It was causing me a lot of stress and a lot of depression, and in a way, that's kind of why, after I lost my job and that, I just come out my flat, and they was awarding me the money to pay the rent so I could keep it, and I thought, you know what? No job. I don't even want to be in that flat and in this area anymore. So I did. I just got a tent and I just fucked off. I fucked off to an area called Stapleton on my own for a little while. Went on a bit of mish. Since I was like 15, I'd left school at 15 to do mechanics. I didn't get on. I got suspended 6 times. So I've always been active doing something, always working, always. And then it got to that point where, you know, I've paid in, pay. And the stress, I could not deal with it. I had to literally say to my mother in the end, please take my bank card, pay off everything that needs paying, so I know whatever's left is mine to spend, because otherwise I'd spend into my money and then there'd be a bill from Vodafone come that I hadn't paid, and then because it's not paid on time, it start going up loads. Like I really need the legit life is hard as well. It is, and they make it very hard. Now this life isn't easy, don't get me wrong. This life's hard, it's got its fucking bad bits, but there's no better or worse way, is what I'm trying to say. People in these multi-millionaire cars don't think money buys you happiness. Believe you me, it doesn't. It probably makes you sadder.
Can I ask you another question? What message would you have for someone who is addicted to drugs or thinking about trying drugs?
To be honest, mate, don't go down there in the long run. It's not worth it in the long run, because you spend more time trying to accumulate the money to get the drugs. It's basically what it is. It becomes a habit that you have to feed. It's an addiction that needs feeding, and it does take over your life if you let it. And I promise you, you can't dabble with it and then stop. There's no such thing. If you're thinking about dabbling with it, just don't, because there's no there is no half-heartedly doing it. If you start doing it and you do it a couple of times, you're going to end up doing it, and as a result, it will strip you of everything, because what drugs do, unfortunately.
So it's coming to the end of the year. How much money do you think that you've spent on drugs?
Boss, I wouldn't even fucking... What's your maths like?
My maths.
It's
It's okay,
I've
man.
got to put my jacket back on. It's got a bit cold. So
Get warm. We're not going to keep you out. We've got
Yeah,
other
we're
people
gonna
who-
run-
no,
we're gonna
I want
wrap
to
it up in
put
the next few
I want to
minutes.
put that jumper on that you
Yeah.
just got me.
Oh yeah, show him the bag. Show him the bag
Yeah,
and
and
the stuff,
literally
man.
they've helped me out with a bag, a touch. These guys, despite whatever anybody else, I like coming to see these guys, to spend my time with these, because they're helping get a very important point out. They are the shared housing accommodation and the government. We're having a lot of money screwed off us, and it's going into a big black hole. Nobody's seeing the support. Nobody's seeing everything that they tell you you're meant to be getting. Nobody ever sees anything of it, but still they claim the money for it. They claim the service charge without any services to use, etc, etc. Now, how on earth they're still getting away with it now, I do not know. How can you claim 2 free sets of rent on one room? I do not know, but they are. And this is happening, and the country's in crisis purely because of a lot of money being told it's being spent on things that it's not.
Okay, last few words. Do you have any message to the viewers that may be watching this YouTube video right now?
My message is, I ain't a bad person. I don't like doing bad things. I do have a habit, and I have to feed my addiction. I don't like stealing. I don't like doing things like that. I'll quite happily stand there, even if it takes me all day, with a cup, because it's the lesser of two evils. If you don't want to give me nothing, it's totally up to you. But by giving it me, you are stopping me doing other things. I really appreciate any support and any help that people have gave me, because even if it's only been a penny, it's been a penny that's made a big difference to me, and it really has. Every little bit of help that I've had has all been appreciated, and there is so many people who do help. There is so many good people out there. Believe you me, there is. There's a lot of good people.
Wicked. Ricky, been a pleasure. Part 2.
Always a pleasure, and whenever you know where I am. I don't really go far. I'm always willing to come speak to you guys. You know that as well.
Wicked. Guys,
Ricky.
if you
Thank
ever see him
you,
by the
you guys.
junction, bless him up. He's a good guy. Yeah, we've got him a bag there, the sleeping bag, and
they've got me a new sleeping
North
bag.
Face jumper
It's
and
got
everything.
a power pack in.
Because I just
with
appreciate
a
it.
torch. It's these guys have helped me immensely, and like it's these little things like that really do immense. That having that extra jumper on now, boss, tonight's a big difference. My t-shirt got soaked. I'm in this. Sometimes I even have to wear women's clothes underneath because it's the only clothes I can get. I'm by far transgender or anything. Do you think I'm going to fucking freeze to death on the night? You know, it's one of them, innit? If it means I've got to wear a girl's fucking jumper under my coat to survive, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm sorry to say. But yeah, bless up. And any time when you want to come and give me an interview, you know where I am.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully the next time we see Ricky as well, we can take him out somewhere and change his environment. But Ricky, thank you very much and have a great new year.
Thank you both. Honestly, God bless. Thank you both so much. God bless. The tea, you push, you at your pass, you are deadly. Yo, you got to see my twins are here for me. Interview, they got the best of what we keep. Pandora, you see, black, it's plain tea. It's got the ball, it gets you ecstasy, the rub down your faces, your disgraces. I can smile with peace and places, cause I buzz when you chase it, and I get that all my races, yeah. We in with a mix, that shot up, get that spit. We love this shit, cause I get that with that rich, yeah. Why do you think they've hid it? It took you to your time, it shows that video, and it puts your mind, it takes it put off time. I'm feeling fine, I'm just gonna have to time into where that second, luckily cause I reckon you don't know they're fucking what they're messing, and I'll show you two just take exposing, cause you're letting me be blowing off a lot of steam. I'm knowing technical, yeah, I'm growing. Think that I've stayed as a mess like this just as a joke to that pace. Have they taken a risk? Yes, they of course inflict. Watch when I get there, deadly, cause yes, care is what I need, and fucking to just like swear, oh, and I build it, yeah. and I filled it. I just like love with a lust, and yet they fill this tin. I'll win. There's a game, and yeah, that's in. There's a lion, that's but you know you're endocrine, man. You're with the slaves to this, cause we're brave. We've got that, and they want to. The sugar's made. Anything you needed, nicotine I fade into a tobacco, cause yeah, I lave at that, I'm shaping what you know, man to the first in, when you grow, take that eating, cause below, and we rise back to the show, we drop that in, when I get that, cause I see me, and I like to just live it easily, yeah, it's a choice, we just with this voice, shared accommodation, you lie, you just do the rooming, you and the grooming, for people to just get the cash, cause I'm proving yo, there's a mess like this, yes, and I get that trip to the bottom, cause I love my bliss, it's God, and that's androgynistic, two sides split, yet twisted, don't, when they risk it, yeah they are, they took it, there's a lion, they come so far, they do because he's crying, yes star, and that's a machine, on par, the equal of you, there's one to my shoe, walking it, you'll just feel all the pain that I do, and they're blue, there's a step that was good and you know, it's food, and that was only who low chest, and I be, yes it's ecstasy, there's a feeling that's God, and you can't see, cause you won't be, never hinty, there's nature's got to, and I'm free, I'll overblow, I really wanna show ya where to go, cause supernova, what you think, they never told ya, cause I feel there's rest, there's your blessing, that's rest, and I know yeah, not rest, there's your wicked, I guess, you know how to feel, ain't good when you guess,